Hey everybody, welcome to GEKS Radio. I'm Frankie, your DJ, and we've been away for a little bit, but we're back now. So as I always say, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, pilots and capsuleers alike. Whatever time it is, you're here with us on GEKS Radio at geksradio.com. We've been gone for about 2 weeks while I was recovering from some really intense oral surgery. I had all my teeth removed, and you might even be able to notice the lisp that I still have. But we are back now, and whoa, there's a lot of news to cover. I mean, really. Jesus. From the insane new update and the approach of T8 to a number of intense battles and wars that have continued to blossom across New Eden, we're glad you decided to listen in because, boy, there's a lot to tell you. Now, to welcome you all back, we're going to play our first song, and it's by Panic at the Disco. It's called Don't Threaten Me With a Good Time. I thought this was a pretty good choice. Enjoy.
Woke up with my underwear, no liquor left on the shelf. I should probably introduce myself. You should have seen what I wore. I had a cane and a party hat. I was the king of this hologram where there's no such thing as getting out of hand. Memories tend to just pop up. Drunk pre-meds and some rubber gloves. 5,000 people with designer drugs. Don't think I'll ever get enough. Cocaine, gasoline, and most things in between. I roam the city in a shopping cart, a pack of camels and a smoke alarm. This night is heating up. Raise hell and turn it up. Say it if you go on, you might pass out in a dream pipe. Oh yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. It's a hell of a feeling though. It's a hell of a feeling though. Alright, it's a hell of a feeling though. It's a hell of a feeling though. What are these footprints? They don't look very human-like. Now I wish that I could find my clothes, bed sheets and a morning rose. I wanna wake up. Can't even tell if this is a dream. How did we end up in my neighbor's pool? Upside down with a perfect view. Bought a bar at the speed of sound. Fancy feet dancing through this town. Lost my mind in a wedding gown. Don't think I'll ever get it now. Champagne, cocaine, gasoline, and most things in between. I roam the city in a shopping cart, a pack of camels and a smoke alarm. This night is heating up. Raise hell and turn it up. Say it if you go on, you might pass out in a dream pipe. Oh yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm a scholar and a gentleman, and I usually don't fall when I try to stand. I lost a bet to a guy in a chiffon skirt, but I make these high heels work. I've told you time and time again, I'm not as thick as you drunk I am. And we all fell down when the sun came up. I think we've had enough. Alright, it's a hell of a feeling though. It's a hell of a feeling though. Alright, it's a hell of a feeling though. It's a hell of a feeling though. Champagne, cocaine, gasoline, and most things in between. I roam the city in a shopping cart, a pack of camels and a smoke alarm. This night is heating up. Raise hell and turn it up. Say it if you go on, you might pass out in a dream pipe. Oh yeah, don't threaten me with a good time.
So, you know, we are a bit late to the party on this, but damn, T8 already? Feels like just a few months ago we were all one tier doing the tutorials. Wait, yeah, that's right. We were. In other news, T8 has slammed like a truck over this week with faction battleships scheduled to start hitting the market by Monday. That's absolutely insane though. The skills for those won't be the best you can get for quite a while. We also got interceptors, some sniper cruisers, and other cool things like T3 rigs, which is really cool. We here at EER cannot wait to see how the markets shape up and adapt to the influx of stuff that's come in. So, there's this duplication glitch, and what's interesting about it is that we've received multiple reports, like a lot of reports, of a duping glitch that utilizes the market system and canceling a sell order at the same time as you buy it on another device, and that will copy that item. Headshot Fox 77 on Discord has brought us some in-depth details on it, with multiple attempts confirmed by other sources independent of the Fox. It is likely that this has been in use all across the market and has contributed quite a bit to some of the instability we've seen in the past few months. Well, since the game started. While our reporters completely failed to replicate this bug, we found multiple people that support the existence of it and have confirmed that they've tried it in high and low tier items alike. If this is true, then this needs to be a high priority bug fix, as it undermines the sanctity of the market and allows people to easily game the system into getting high wallet totals and flooding the market with items that should have a way higher rarity than this allows. This makes us worry a bit about how this is going to develop. With respect to the future, the devs have put up more information on the November 25th patch. Apparently, this is going to increase the rates of mid or low slot drops by pirate NPCs, and it will half the rate of Dead Space module drops, which is insane. Look at the price, folks, because they're liable to double. In that same announcement, they also put forward an idea about a system of getting the better quality Dead Space modules. A crazy crafting system that reprocesses Dead Space modules into Dead Space materials that can be combined with Dead Space blueprints and Dead Space data cores to make a better Dead Space stuff. That sounds intricate as hell, and with the lower Dead Space drops, expect the better Dead Space stuff to actually rise, and cost a fortune in the future. But it is interesting that the devs are looking into increasing the power level of the game and thinking about all those fancy officer tier weapons that they could put into the game to make everything that much deadlier. Our old buddy Nero Augustus from NE dropped another cool tidbit about an upcoming feature in one of his trademark Discord drop-ins. He went a bit more in-depth about the corporation citadels. Apparently modules for it will be able to spawn condensed belts, mine moons, and potentially give bonuses to entire constellations. Seems like these will be way more valuable than previously supposed, especially considering that they'll claim sovereignty on top of all that. Little things like this definitely keep our hopes on track to see what'll come of the game that we all love here. And this brings us to our next music break. The next music break is going to be a guy I play all the time. You know him very well by this time if you've listened to the show, and it's Neil Ciceriega. And this one is one I played before, I think, and it's called Piss.
Smiling, she leaving, she golden, she leaves for me. Says she leaves for me, you mention. Oh, motivation, she comes running.
He drinks a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the rhythm that the vibe. He sings the songs that remind him of the songs that remind him of the. He drinks. He drinks. He drinks. He drinks. He sings the songs that remind him of the. I drink.
I want something else to get me through this semi-charm kind of life, baby. back there smiling in the pits you would take. Stop to the rhythm that you up until you break, it won't stop. I won't come down and keep stop with the tick-tock rhythm. I pissed to my nose and I pissed up. I took the hit that I was getting and I pissed again. Then I pissed again and said, how do I get back there to the place where I fell asleep inside my nose? How do I get myself back to the place where you said I want something else to get me through this semi-charm kind of life, baby, baby. I want something else. I'm not listening when you say I believe in the sand beneath my toes. The beach gives a feeling, an earthy feeling. I believe in the faith that grows, and the far-right codes can make me cry. When I'm with you, I feel like I could die, and that would be alright, alright. When the plane came in, she said she was crossing the velvet rims in the city. We tripped on the earth to feel alive, and now I'm struggling to survive those days. You wearing that velvet dress, you're the priestess, I must confess. Those little red pennies, they pass the test lines. Up around the front and face down on the mat.
He drinks a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the vodka drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the songs that remind him of the cider drink. He drinks piss, he drinks piss, he drinks piss, he drinks piss. He sings the songs that remind him of the songs that remind him of the piss.
Beneath my toes, I get knocked down, and you hold me, and we are broken. Still it's all that I wanna do, just a little now. Feel myself heavy off the ground. I'm scared I'm not coming down. No, no, she's got me just now locked down in a smile, but it's alright, alright. And I want something else to get me through this.
They stand atop the Dejers Federation and hold the weight of the sky on their shoulders. The Atlas Empire has prospered while growing a community of efficient pilots that value ambition and teamwork in pursuit of their goals. In time, Atlas grew weary of standing in the garden and bearing the weight of the stars above. So too does the Atlas Empire look out across null space and yearn to have that land as their own. If you join the Atlas Empire, you will be given the opportunity to find a new niche and to prosper in. Whether that is to build ships for the Empire's fleets or to fly those ships to the destruction of the Empire's enemies. No matter, the Empire has a place for you. To enlist in the Empire, reach out to Damon Zell, number 3082. That's DAEMONXEL, number 3082, on Discord to send up a voice interview. Will you help Atlas bear the sky, or will you be crushed under their footsteps? In case you haven't heard, you're listening to GEKS Radio. That's GEKSradio.com or on the Google Play Store. So, let's get into this massive freaking war that's been going on forever. Wow. When we last covered the GenFed DP battles, well, that's all they were. Battles. Now it's full-scale war with massive propaganda machines cranking out information on both sides. In the time since our last coverage, 2 weeks, the war has turned from a simple territory and respect dispute into an all-out war for the future of the game. In the first few days of the war, GEKS Federation scouts entered space that hadn't been accessible to them before because of treaties between factions. And according to GenFed, those scouts stumbled onto the reason those treaties were so fiercely enforced. Videos, images, and kill mails have stacked up high as proof of a monolithic potting operation based out of Faithopolis and other DP-controlled regions. Many independent sources have seen similar activity, with key hallmarks of bot control being instant and simultaneous warp-outs of ships that can't all be in a single fleet, pods returning to the battlefield after being destroyed many times at the same battlefield until they are just pods, and other behaviors that don't make any sense if the accounts are being controlled by actual human beings. While DP has struck back against these accusations with their own, the quality of DP's proof is markedly lower, with grainy pictures, strange videos of station camping and fighting fleets that have nothing to do with it, and constant promises of more proof that has a hard time appearing in any legitimate fashion. Constant attempts have also been made to turn this into an East versus West or racism issue, but GEKS Radio has seen no proof to back up these claims. Alright, in other news, the Come Bro outpost was previously owned by SHH, but has now fallen to the combined might of 24 alliances that came together to strike it down. This battle lasted hours and included hundreds on hundreds of blank screens, reconnecting messages, dropped fleets, and plenty of server rage. However, it finally ended with SHH losing their outposts to the volleys of their enemies. Of course, this wouldn't be New Eden if all that had happened was a chorus of good fights and local. You see, SHH went straight into damage control mode, claiming victory in the ISK battle with a claim of 8 billion losses to 24 billion kills. The opposing alliances took a little while to fight back against this, as they had to tally their own totals, but they definitely found the numbers to be at least a little different. In fact, when SHH's kill mail collection was fact-checked in a basic round of audits, they were found to be beyond suspect. Kill mails on different days, kill mails in different systems, kill mails that just weren't relevant or close to the battle at hand were all thrown into the mix, and according to the opposing alliances, they were also underreporting their losses by a pretty damn good margin. While SHH may still be able to claim the ISK victory, it's almost entirely through creative and largely fraudulent accounting. Kind of defeats the benefit of claiming victory by lying about it, guys. And on top of that, this comes down to our deep need for public kill boards, so we can actually figure out what the hell is going on here. And that's a really great segue onto the third song of our night. And this song is by Psychostick, who gave me full permission to use their music. Thank you again, Rob. And this song's called 2-Ton Paperweight. It's about a car.
My car is a
Piece of shit! I wanna drive you off a cliff, watch you crash into a ravine. For the things you did to me, you stupid car! I wanna make myself a pipe bomb, plug a damn engine back to hell, where I know you're from, piece of crap! You aren't even worth a toll to a junker or a place where you sit and lay your waste. I wish you die! I'm here for my two, I'm with two. Can you tell me how much longer it will be until I'm rid of you? I wish that you would just get hit by lightning or something. My confidence in you is sold with every part I buy. I guess I'm just a sucker with no limit. So pucker up and kiss another paycheck goodbye. You live more than a newborn baby. I change your oil all the time, but still you need some more. Your fluid puddles come in assorted colors. Just wonderful variety of problems galore. Will there be a time where I know I can drive without my car breaking down? And will I ever see it's stuck consistently without the
mortal centipede crap. I guess you want a piece of me, since you're leaving all your pieces in the middle of the street. New people's yard. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just hope that I don't have to take another day of driving. I swear you must be older than my grandma, and she's dead. The fact you run it all is quite a mystery to me. Your miles are approaching 7 digits. May God have mercy on the soul that's holding the key. I guess I'm just a little angry, but for some reason getting straight kinda chaps my hide. You probably think I'm slightly overreacting. Has your car ever made you think about suicide? Will there be a time where I know I can drive without my car breaking down? And will I ever see its dark persistent thing without the pain and the torment? Will there be a time where I know I can drive without my car breaking down? And will I ever see its dark? What the?
Come on. Give me a break. All right. Piece of shit. Stupid car.
Oh, I love them. I love it. So, Sky News is one of the largest Echoes news outlets out there and commands a striking presence in the Russian community. However, they have a very good subtitles and are a impressively high quality news outlet that has been covering Echoes news from the beginning. If you're interested in getting good quality video content on the game that we all love, then check out Sky News on YouTube. Their show is consistently one of the best available. And now it's time for the Eve Echoes Radio Frankie's contest secret phrase for 10 million ISK. Remember, what you have to do is go on the Discord and you have to find me through the Eve Echoes Discord. You have to DM me a phrase, and the phrase this week, or the phrase for today, is crazy pirates blew up my ships. That's crazy pirates blew up my ships. DM Frankie on Discord. Find me, DM me, be the first one to do it, and you will get at least 10 million ISK. That's crazy pirates blew up my ships. Do you have a cool story about your experiences in the game? Do you know something about interesting ops hiding under people's noses or massive fleet battles that have gone unreported? Do you want to get some easy ISK for a bit of information in an interview? As mentioned earlier, just contact us at EER News and see if your story is worth a news bounty of up to 10 million ISK. That's Eve Echoes Radio at gmail.com. You're listening to Eve Echoes Radio, old chap. Well, this little bit here was written by GEKS member HBOM. And I'm not exactly sure. We did this in dress rehearsal, and I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it, but we are GEKS Trading Federation. We will not quit here. We are for the duration. Mining and writing while defending ourselves, we will never be put on the shelf. Building our ships to help us make isk. Mining and writing, yes, we take that risk. New Eden is where we spend our time. It's where I came up with this rhyme. Friendly and helpful, our members are great. You just lost a ship, there's no need to wait. Replacement ships can be made very quick. Just message the corp, you can take your pick. Even if industry is not your thing, we need PvP players and the skills that they bring. Providing security for hard-working miners, blowing up people who are on crime timers. Practicing skills with help from veterans, killing all the pirates and the scupper of their plants. Why would you join us? I hear you cry, because we are helpful with the things we supply. GEKS is our leader and he's really nice guy. Send him a message if you want to apply. We are almost full. Need a few more people, though, even those who follow GEKS lore. I'll leave it here, don't want to go into much. My ore hole is full and I need to empty and such. I hope there's no gate camps on my way home. When I get back I may go for a roam. Don't let ships suffer from deterioration. Come join us in the GEKS Federation. That's GEKS. And now we're going to get to our next song of the evening. And possibly our, this is our penultimate song. And this is Say Amen by Panic at the Disco.
Cold open.
Traveling in packs that I can't carry anymore. Waiting for somebody else to carry me. There's nothing that's there for me at my door. All the people I know aren't who they used to be. And if I try to change my life one more day, there would be nobody else to save. And I can't change into a person I don't wanna be. So, oh, it's Saturday night. I pray for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Yeah. Every morning when I wake up, I wanna be who I couldn't say I'd ever been. But it's so much more than I ever was. If every night I go to sleep knowing that I give everything that I had to give, then it's all I could have asked for. I've been standing up beside everything I've ever said, but oh, it's Saturday night. I pray for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Yeah. If I had one more day to wish, if I had one more day to be better than I could have ever been. If I had one more day to wish, if I had one more day, I could be better, but baby, oh, it's Saturday night. I pray for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Yeah. It's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday night. Yeah. I swear to God, swear to God, swear to God. Oh, it's Saturday night. Yeah.
Now on to the market news to see what crazy things the update and the approach to T8 and balancing changes have done to the prices. So, general market news. When we last checked in on them, Dead Space small autocannons were worth $15 million per cannon. Now they're about 12.8. which is a pretty stable point for him as far as we've seen. This is likely to change with Dead Space loot changes that are coming on the 25th, though, so now isn't a bad time to stock up. Dead Space medium autocannons have more than doubled their value since we last checked, with an average price of 10.5 million compared to the 4.5 we saw them last. This is high and likely to continue to climb. The ore market's not very interesting. Headbrigite has regained a bit of the value with the price average around 700, only 30k, 30 ISK increase. That is not a bad price for the ore. Crocite demands 2,000 ISK price now. That's a 500 ISK increase since we last checked. Bistote increased about 120 up to 1900, and Arcanor is literally still at 2000 ISK, which is what we reported 2 weeks ago. Mercoxic is still as useless as ever, and still sitting at a price of just below 900. Should be a very good investment for those looking for long-term growth, though. Can't wait to get a good look at how T8 hits all these prices in the future, for real. Plex has a nice price of 460k right now, and that's liable to go up as more of the player base approaches T8 and starts cashing in for the great new ship editions. We think it likely that it will soon break 500k, but won't that be nice for the investors? Remember, the best time to buy Plex was at launch for pennies, but the second best time is always now. And I'll tell you right now, you've been listening to Eve Echoes Radio at eveechosradio.com or our app on the Google Play Store. Also, we have a YouTube where we rebroadcast all our broadcasts with music or without music, and that will be found on YouTube if you search Eve Echoes Radio. So, the Allied News Network, or ANN, is a news conglomerate headed by Rev Deuce with the goals of bringing a common thread of veracity and quality to the New Eden news sphere. Check them out by looking at Rev Deuce's channel. The Kerensky Show is an irreverent look at the politics of these echoes. They do live streams on various topics to do with the meta commentary and stringent politics that surround the game. And then Echoes from the Front is EFTF, and they are a part of ANN, run by Damon Zell. We mentioned him earlier. Good friends of him. We are very good friends. They are a weekly news roundup that takes a really deep dive into the highlights of the previous week. We take a little skim on the ocean. He takes a big deep dive. Well, I guess we're going to see you at the next broadcast, guys. I want to thank Dejers profoundly for dealing with me in the last 2 weeks, and everybody else on the team. And I really want to thank Dejers. I want to thank Psycho Stick for allowing me to use their music. I'd like to thank Citrus for radio hosting, and I'd like to thank all you guys out there for listening. And I'm going to send you back to the Auto DJ in the Sky, which will be getting changes soon. Soon, the Auto DJ is going to be changed up. Music's going to be changed up. Things are going to be more set towards a more ambient or a more, a lighter thing, So we're going to be doing that. And I'll talk to you guys next time. I've been Frankie. You've been you. Ha ha ha. Bye-bye.